Hi everyone, welcome back to the channeling series. And today I have a message from the Oracle cards again, and it's Earth Mother, right? So, when I got this card, right, and when I got this channeling message, um, it is so important for you to understand that this work, right, especially when we work on the mother wound or the feminine energy, right, it can be very deep work, right? For instance, I'm working with a client currently, one-on-one coaching, and it's been a few months, right, that we've actually been able to kind of cover certain aspects around the mother wound, right? And for some folks, it's been many months and we still haven't been able to touch that area, right? Because for few folks, mother, the energy of mother, right, it can be very triggering, right? Because not all of us have that balanced relationship with our mother, right? And so we need to step into it with a lot of awareness, right? And many folks need that gentle hand holding, right? So having said all of that, today's message, and this is an exercise that I'm going to share an exercise at the end, which I do with my clients, right? And I thought that since I got this message for all of you, it'll really help if you could all also do this exercise, right, along with me, and be able to understand where it's coming from, right? So the energy today is around, or the message today is around your receiving, right? And your receiving started with your mother, right? So when you were in the womb, and I know I keep talking about it again and again, but the thing is that when we talk about it from different angles, some folks get it, uh, they get the message much better in a much better way. And for some folks, I feel like if they don't agree with a certain analysis, then different perspectives help you absorb the information, right? So when you were in the womb, right, you were receiving from your mother, right, at that moment. And I keep saying this again and again, that during those 9 months, whatever your mom was, you know, uh, doing, right, all of that energy you were receiving. You were only receiving, right? Be it food, be it love, be it anger, be it whatever, right? So the mother is the first source for us, right? And this energy actually teaches us to receive, right? And we learn to receive not only as a baby, right, but also to receive in the world, right? Now, this specific message is for you to understand where you are at when it comes to your relationship with your mother, right? Because that's what will actually, of course, this is one school of thought, that will actually help you determine your relationship with receiving money, right? So, for example, when you think about receiving money, right, what happens to you? What do you feel? Like, some people feel they get very anxious, right? Some people, when they feel, when they receive money, their first instinct is to give it all away. Have you seen that? Have you seen sometimes you receive money and you go on Amazon, and the moment you get that money, you buy something, right? Or some people feel that if I have a lot of money, people will ask for it, so let me spend it. So that when they ask for it, I tell them I don't have it. They can't say no. Instead, they will spend all the money, right? So the exercise for you, whoever has landed on this video, is for you to maybe once I tell you the question, you can pause, right, and write down all the ways in which, I mean, what you go through, what you feel when money hits your bank account, or when you get cash, or whatever, when you have money in front of you, right? What happens to you, right? Sometimes people feel a lot of guilt, right? When they receive money and they're like, and they've done the work, they've done the whole exercise, but even then they're feeling guilty. Yeah. Sometimes, like I said, people feel anxious. Sometimes they're so overwhelmed that they want to give it all away. Yeah. Sometimes when money actually hits your bank account, you feel sad, right? Sometimes when money comes into your bank account, you start thinking of ways in which it'll actually get spent, or you think of worst case scenarios where you might have to give this money away, right? Or you start thinking of the bills, future bills, where this money will be allocated to, meaning you can't actually keep it, you just want to give it away. Yeah, in different forms. Some people even get angry, like, how did this money come to me, right? So the whole point is that if you look at money, of course you will write your own feelings down separately by pausing the video. Now when you look at it, right, when you look at this energy of receiving, more or less, you know, they say that there are two categories that people feel. One is overwhelm, right, and the other is fear. So these are the two emotions most felt, across um, a lot of, what do you call, folks. And uh, now the exercise that I told you all guys, right, to write down. Now, what you need to do is all the statements that you've written down, right? That money, when money comes, I feel anxious. When money, when I receive money, I want to give it all away. When I receive money, I feel very guilty. When I receive money, I feel anxious. I feel angry, whatever, right? All the statements that you've written about your feelings, replace money, cash, whatever it is, those words, with my mother's love. Now again, I want to keep giving you disclaimers. This is deep work, right? And it needs assistance, it needs one-on-one, and everybody's story will be different. So of course I do urge all of you, whoever wants to do deeper one-on-one work with me. However, when you do this exercise, right, you will actually understand where your where you are when it comes to your relationship with your mother, right? So now that you've replaced it, so suppose your statement is, when I receive cash, I feel angry. So when I receive my mother's love, I feel angry. When I receive a lot of my mother's love, if you've written, when I receive a lot of money, I feel guilty. When I receive a lot of my mother's love, I feel guilty, right? This actually helps you identify your receiving wounds, right? So I know this is not a healing session today, it's just the message of the day. However, I actually wanted, since I'd done this exercise recently with a client, and this was the message that was coming for all of you, I want you all to understand that a lot of that mother energy, right, can help you heal your receiving wounds, because your mother was the first energy that taught you how to receive. And that's where you pick it up from, right? Now, having said this, I do have another exercise where you receive from both your parents, life force energy. I'm going to try to find it and link it in the description so that you can do that exercise, right? And along with that, you do this exercise so that it'll help you identify your receiving wounds. Because a lot of folks who, do this work with me, or who try to understand, they get what blocks they are dealing with, because you can see those things manifesting in your life. However, how is it affecting them? And like, that kind of education, that's not there, right? That's missing. So this exercise will help you understand what happened, what are the inner child, blocks, that could be blocking your receiving. And of course, I have a whole section on inner child healing that you can totally avail of on my channel. Um, But yes, this was, I know it can be a little triggering for you folks, for some of you, but irrespective of, how you have, what kind of a relationship you have with your parents, they can still be these receiving wounds. Like for instance, my mother passed away when I was 5. And for me, receiving, I had huge receiving blocks, right? But I worked on him, right? And now I still have a lot of work to do, but I have worked enough for me to build a relationship with that money spirit, money energy, right? And that's where I want you all to be. Like we're all work in progress, right? I'm not saying that we all this work gets done, but not to say that we can't thrive where we are, right? We can come to that level where we start thriving, and of course there'll be something or the other that we keep working on, and that's fine, right? But I will only thrive when I reach there. That won't happen, right? Because we have to learn to enjoy the journey, and because we don't ever reach the destination, right? Every day, every moment, every now is the destination, right? So these are all tools for us to learn, to grow, to heal. But remember, always remember, anything that feels light and empowering is right for you. And anything that feels disempowering or low or dark or heavy, do not um, accept it, right? So, yeah, so that was the message of the day. And I hope you all resonated with it. Do write, mother, if you want me to make a longer video on it, because of course what I said is just one aspect and one exercise, and there is just so much more we can do, and we can delve deeper into the feminine aspect, and I would love to make more videos on it. But yeah, for today, that's all. I will see you all tomorrow with another message. Till then, signing off, Anisha Dutt from Zaria Healings.